Let me save you 6 months of guesswork. These are the marketing channels that actually work this year in 2025. Every year brings a new hype. There are new tools, new platforms. There are obviously new distractions. I've been in the marketing for 7 years now, and it's been something new every single year without mistake. Obviously, AI is popping, and there are huge discussions around which platforms you should advertise on, which you should not. These are the platforms that actually works right now. Although there is hype, the fundamentals don't change. Distribution still wins. This is what's working right now based on data plus $50 million in ad spend. Of course, Meta Ads still works. If you haven't guessed it, it's still one of the best platforms ever to advertise on. It's still very good for brand awareness. It's still very good for impulse buys. It should be somewhere in the top to middle of funnel. Of course, you can retarget, but Meta Ads are still doing very good. It's just they need a lot more creative than they used to do. Google Ads, still the greatest platform, crushing for intent and high ticket. So people are looking for your products, they are actively searching for your products or similar products or services. Then Google, of course, is the best way to go about your marketing. And of course, email marketing. You'll never ever utilize email good enough. It should be what you put a lot of energy and resources into, because you own the platform, or at least the data, you own the contact points, and as well, it's the cheapest conversions you'll ever have to come through email. It's the most underrated ROI channel that you have. You utilize it better, utilize it more, and get started now if you have. And of course, what you're watching this on is YouTube Organic. It's an emerging authority and long-term branding channel. It takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time, but it's a great way to get people to know you, your brand, or your products. And then of course, spending time with you makes it easier for them to convert when they're ready. So this is why we create videos, as well as sharing our insights. And then of course, you don't want to hear it, but it's LinkedIn and it works. It's just you have to do it right and you have to do it consistent over a long time period, and LinkedIn works. A lot of the clients we're getting right now is through LinkedIn, organic and outreach as well. You just have to do it right, especially when it comes to outreach. There are people getting hammered in the inboxes with generic messages and way too big promises. You need to narrow down your outreach and then actually back up what you're saying. So what's actually fading or failing right now? So we're specifically talking about high-end and premium brands. So for high-end and premium brands, TikTok for premium brands is hard to do and it's hard to nail. So that's why we don't recommend going TikTok first, because it's usually in the audience. It's hard to nail staying premium and staying on TikTok, because TikTok also requires a lot of volume in organic. So we're putting TikTok in the failing or fading category for premium brands. It's still a great platform for organic content and for mass market products and brands. Of course, SEO will always be relevant and it should always be a part of your marketing tactics, but SEO spam, like just high flooded AI content, means it's harder to win on SEO, and you shouldn't just spam content. Listen to people who actually do SEO, and it's still kind of the same advice. Just keep building, post 2 times a week with actual valuable content, and then you'll see it works. And then of course, the last thing we'll put in the failing or fading bucket is influencer collabs without control. It's just a waste of money. It used to be the best marketing strategy on social. Just spam influencers with your products, make them post, and everyone will see it. It's not like that anymore, and especially when it comes to premium products, you want control over your brand and who actually posts it, or people who are associated to your brand. So do not just send a lot of product packages and PR packages to a lot of different influencers. It's not the move. Think about who you use for your product and have brand alignment with the influencers you want to use. Let's talk a bit about channel fit and brand type. So premium versus mass market branding, 2 different things. Of course, you should start at different starting points, when it comes to both organic and paid content. Mass market should probably lead more into broad targeting, meta ads, and TikTok ads and content, whereas high-end premium brands look more towards Google, look more towards retargeting on different platforms, and obviously build out your newsletters and other informational sources, because it's not usually an impulse buy. D2C versus service is of course different. So think about where your customers are, what content they usually look at or engage with. And again, service-based definitely needs to be on Google because we are actively looking for a service. It's just stupid not to be available when people are looking for you. That's just you're hiding from revenue, which doesn't make sense if you run a business. So please get on Google, use an agency, learn it yourself. At some level, get on Google and get more reviews. Of course, we often get questions regarding budget or what should we double down on if we have limited budget. The simplest answer to that question is double down on organic content, because you can make it yourself. It's easier to figure out. If you want to go advertising, then Meta is usually the best starting platform. Google is second because it's more intense based, but also CPCs are usually higher because they're actively looking for your product. Please use what works. Don't chase every single hype. You can't do AI everywhere. You have to actually sit down, write content, distribute content. You have to film content, and you have to actually market in the places where people want to see content or find your product and brand. So if you want help picking the right channels for your brand or product, please reach out to us. Links in the description. We work at high ticket services and luxury brands. Would love to have a chat with you. Hope this video was informational, and I'll see you in the next one.